Today, let's talk about something most people never think about. Something quietly buried inside you. Something that has everything to do with how young you feel. And how alive you really are. It's not your heart. Not your brain. Not your hormones. Not even your gut. It's something deeper. Something softer. Something modern life has completely forgotten. Your spleen. Yeah, I know. Nobody talks about the spleen. Sounds boring, right? But listen, if your body was a power plant, this little organ would be the furnace room. If your body was a temple, this would be the hearth, the sacred fire where energy is born. You think aging is just about time? No, it's about how well this inner fire burns. And for many people, that fire is flickering out. Have you ever noticed this? Some people, even in their 40s or 50s, still look vibrant. Their skin glows. Their eyes have that quiet shine. They carry something warm, something lit from the inside. And then there are others. People who start looking tired by 30. Their faces lose shape. Their muscles go soft. The skin dulls, yellowish, puffy, dry. No matter how much they sleep, they still wake up feeling like a dead battery. No energy, no drive. Like their body is full, but empty. They try expensive skincare. They buy all the supplements. They cut carbs, then add carbs, then cut again. But nothing touches it, because the problem isn't in the surface. It's not even in the food. The real issue is this. Their body has stopped making life force. Their energy factory, that inner sacred fire, is slowing down. Not broken. Not gone. Just forgotten. Most people think energy comes from what you eat. But food isn't energy. Not yet. You can eat the cleanest greens, the best proteins, the most expensive superfoods, and still feel exhausted. Because food is just raw material. Your body needs to transform it. And that transformation happens in one quiet, sacred place. Your spleen. Not the Western medical spleen, but the ancient energetic one. The one that lives behind your belly button. The one that breathes life into your blood. The one that decides if what you eat becomes energy or becomes burden. It's like a little alchemy room. It takes your meals, your air, even your emotions, and cooks them into vitality. When that system works, you feel strong. Muscles have tone. Skin has color. Thoughts feel steady and clear. When it's weak, you become like an old phone battery. Can't hold a charge. Always drained. Running on empty. You may eat enough, but nothing's really feeding you. People spend so much time chasing youth. On the outside, creams, serums, supplements, cold plunges, green powders, peptides. And sure, some of it helps. But most of it is like painting a house while the power's out. Because beauty isn't skin deep. It's blood deep. And your body can't make radiant blood. If your inner alchemy has gone cold, everything people try to fix with products, dull skin, weak digestion, brain fog, low libido, mood swings, none of that can truly shift. Until the root is restored. That root is the spleen. This is your center of postnatal power. It's what transforms the raw stuff of life into something usable, beautiful, and alive. You want better skin? Stronger cycles? More stable emotions? It all starts here. Your ability to feel full of life doesn't come from what you consume. It comes from what your body can do with it. Think about this. You wake up every day and eat. You drink. You breathe. But none of those things, food, water, oxygen, are energy on their own. They're raw ingredients. Just material. They don't become you until your body processes them, transforms them, alchemizes them. And the one system that does that? Your spleen. This is why ancient medicine called it the foundation of life after birth. Not poetic talk, just physiology on a deeper level. Your spleen decides, can this food become blood? Can this air become lightness? Can this life experience turn into power? When it's strong, you feel steady. Charged, you bounce back fast. You build energy like a fire builds heat. When it's weak, everything slows. Everything sinks. You can eat plenty and still feel starved. You're not broken. You're just not converting life into life force. And that's not your fault. Most people were never taught how that we think aging starts when we see lines. A wrinkle around the eyes. Some sagging skin. A bit of gray in the hair, but those are just signs. Ripples on the surface, the real aging? It starts much deeper. It starts the day your body stops creating new energy. The day your inner fire cools. The day your core starts to collapse. That's when the fatigue creeps in. The heaviness. The slowness. The sense that something invisible is slipping. You feel it before you see it. You wake up and you're still tired. Your thoughts are cloudy. You crave sugar and caffeine just to get through the day. You feel like a version of yourself that's dimmed. And here's the key. It's not because you're old. It's because you've stopped rebuilding. Your spleen, that quiet center of transformation, has gone silent. And when it's not making new blood, new ki, new life, you start to fade. Not from time, but from depletion. The spleen doesn't get much attention. It's not dramatic like the heart. Not famous like the brain. It doesn't ache. It doesn't scream. It just works quietly, endlessly. But make no mistake, this humble center determines everything. It decides whether your body feels empty or alive, weak or grounded, faint or radiant. You know when someone walks into a room and they glow? Not because of makeup or clothes or charisma, but because their body is generating warmth from within? That's spleen energy. It lives in your belly, in the most silent part of you. Not in your thoughts, not even in your breath, but in that deep center where food becomes blood, where energy is refined, where you begin again, moment by moment. If your kidneys are the battery, then your spleen is the generator. It's what makes the energy. It feeds your muscles. It colors your skin. It charges your brain. Without it, everything feels off. With it, you return to yourself. When your spleen is strong, your whole body becomes a gentle fire. Not frantic, not hyper, but steady, warm, deep. You eat, and your body knows exactly what to do with it. It doesn't hoard. It doesn't waste. It transforms. That energy moves into your muscles, making them full, toned, alive. Not necessarily big, but solid. You feel held by your own body. It moves into your skin, bringing color, texture, warmth. Not just a surface glow, but the kind that comes from deep circulation. It moves into your brain, clearing the fog. You can think. You can focus. You remember why you're here. And most importantly, you feel anchored. You don't float through your day scattered and shaky. You stand in yourself. This is what happens when the inner kitchen is lit, when the alchemy works. When your body is not just surviving, but creating. But when the spleen grows weak, it's like the fire goes out. You eat, but it just sits there. Heavy, undigested, unconverted. Food becomes weight, not fuel. Your belly bloats. Your limbs feel puffy. You feel full and starving at the same time. The sparkle leaves your face. Your skin gets pale or sallow. Your muscles lose tone, not because you're not moving, but because nothing's nourishing them anymore. Your thoughts get slower. It's harder to concentrate. You forget simple things. You feel like you're walking through fog. This isn't laziness. It's not weakness. It's not aging. It's depletion. Collapse. Your body is still trying. But there's nothing left to build with. What you're feeling is not just tired. It's the fading of your own life-making power. And it shows up everywhere. From your digestion to your mood. From your posture to your skin. You start to sink. Not because you're getting older, but because your inner fire is starving. This kind of collapse has nothing to do with weight. It's not about being too skinny or too heavy. It's about gravity and internal falling. A quiet sinking of the system that used to lift you. You begin to feel cold, even in warm rooms. Your hands and feet are icy. Your appetite disappears. But somehow your belly feels full in the wrong way. You get tired after eating. You feel heavy after waking. You sit more, move less. And still, you're exhausted. Your skin starts to lose its light. Your face becomes puffy or sunken. Your under eyes darken. Your thinking slows. Everything just feels dense, and emotionally, you become anxious for no reason, unmotivated, detached, like something inside you unplugged. You keep trying, more coffee, more supplements, more effort, but it doesn't help, because your body doesn't need more. It needs transformation. It needs a spark in the center. It needs the engine of vitality to turn back on. Here's the part no one talks about. The fastest way to drain your life force isn't time. It's thought, overthinking, worrying, overanalyzing, living in your head all day. Every day. That's what weakens your spleen the most. You could be eating well, sleeping enough, exercising regularly. But if your mind is in overdrive, your body can't keep up. Because an ancient medicine, thinking too much literally consumes energy. The more you spend in thought, the less power is left for digestion, restoration, renewal. And here's the trap. When the spleen weakens, you start thinking even more. You worry. You ruminate. You try to figure things out. But the very act of all that thinking keeps the fire from coming back on. Why? Because the energy that's meant to flow through your body gets stuck in your head, instead of grounding down into your belly where it can nourish and restore. It spirals upward into anxiety, tension, and fatigue. You don't need more information. You need circulation. You need to come home to your center. That's where healing begins. Let's stop talking for a moment. You don't need more concepts. You don't need to figure this out. Your body already knows what to do. It's been waiting for space to remember. So let's give it that. No fancy posture. No performance. No forcing. Just sit. Both feet on the ground. Let your spine rise naturally, not rigid, just alert. Rest your hands gently on either side of your lower belly. Close your eyes and breathe, not into your chest, but down deep, into your belly, into the soft, quiet place beneath your navel. This is where your spleen lives. This is where warmth begins. This is where you come back to yourself. As you inhale through your nose, imagine the air traveling downward, like golden light, like warm honey. Let it gather in your belly. Let it pool there. Let it settle, and notice. Can you feel a subtle warmth? A soft expansion? A quiet pulse, like a glow just beginning? That's your fire. That's your life. Now exhale, gently, through the mouth. Like a sigh. Like you're releasing weight. As you breathe out, imagine letting go of tension, of fatigue, of the noise that's been cluttering your mind. Inhale, receive energy. Exhale, release burden. Do this 5 times, slowly. Each breath a conversation with your center. Feel your belly respond. Feel your hands grow warmer. Feel your body soften, not because you tried, but because you remembered. Now, if you want to go a little deeper, there's one more thing you can add. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your breath soft. Now take both hands and gently tap the sides of your lower belly, right where your hands were resting. Just a soft rhythmic pat, like you're knocking politely on a door you want to open. No force. No judgment. Just contact. As you tap, breathe. And in your mind say, wake up. Come back. I'm here. Let yourself feel what stirs beneath your skin. Not pain, but presence. You might feel heat rise. You might feel tingles in your hands or feet. You might feel your thoughts slow down, or your breath drop deeper. That's not imagination. That's circulation. That's your center responding to your attention. You've been away a long time. But your body never stopped waiting. Now it's listening. Now it's warming. Now it's beginning again. If you do this, just 3 to 5 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day, you'll begin to notice things shift. Do it first thing in the morning. Do it 2 hours after a meal. Do it before bed. You don't need to carve out an hour. You don't need a yoga mat or incense. You just need presence. And then, one day, you'll wake up and your face will look tighter. Not because you changed your routine, but because something inside you lifted. Your digestion will feel smoother. You'll stop crashing after lunch. You'll fall asleep faster and wake up more rested. Your skin will start to carry a glow, not from products, but from the fire within, coming back online. This is not magic. This is not a miracle. This is your body finally doing what it was meant to do. Circulate, transform, shine. And all of that begins in your center. Most people think youth is about resisting time, fighting wrinkles, defying gravity, outrunning the clock. But true youth? It's not something you chase. It's something you generate. When your spleen is nourished, you stop leaking energy. You stop collapsing. You start rising again, from the inside out. Your body becomes warm, not from the room around you, but from the current within. Your mind clears, not from caffeine, but because your blood is bright again. Your spirit steadies, not from affirmations, but because your feet are grounded in your body. And you realize, this glow you've been searching for, it was never missing. It was just unfed. You don't have to fake energy. You can make it. You don't have to protect your youth. You can cultivate it. You don't have to fear aging. You can light the fire again. So every day, just 5 minutes. A breath. A tap. A moment of coming home. Let the warmth return. Let the center rise. Let your life flow again. Because aging is not the punishment of time. It's the absence of fire. And when your fire is fed, when your belly glows, when your blood sings, you don't just look young. You are young from the inside out.